One of the reasons our holiday takedown package is so popular is that as we take down the holiday decorations and we put everything back, it forces us to take a look at all the other stuff that we have kind of stashed away. Do we want to keep it? Are we still going to hang on to it for another year? Or is this the year we get rid of it? All right, so I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now I'm on site today, and as we put back the Christmas decorations, I have in front of me a great big bag of Christmas bows. These are bows that you put on top of gifts. And so I asked the question, are we going to use these bows, and why do we still have them? Because as it turns out, it's not just a bag of bows that I have for holiday decorating, but I've got an entire bag with lots of bags of bows inside. So we asked the homeowners, did you use these bows this year? And the answer was no. We didn't actually use any bows at all. We used gift bags, and we just put stuff inside the gift bags, and we didn't put any wrapping paper on presents, and we didn't put any bows on anything at all. So the question is, how long have we had all these bags of bows? And the answer was 6 or 7 years. How long has it been since you've used bows? And the answer was 3 or 4 years. Can we save one bag of bows and get rid of all these other bags? Christmas wrapping, gifts, and bows are expensive, but do we need a whole great big bag of them that we're going to store in a safe place? Because these are not in a box, these don't stack very well, and there's no reason to hang on to them if we're never going to wrap gifts that way again. So can we get rid of the big bag? The answer is yes. Let's take those off the table and get rid of those so we have more space to free up to use other things. Now, we ran across a couple of bins, but they're opaque. I can't see through them. So we had to open them up and say, what's inside? Is a bunch of balloons. Not kidding, balloons. And I said, well, that's really awesome. We got a whole bunch of balloons here. Is there a party? The answer is no. The party was 20 years ago when the daughter graduated from high school. And do we need to keep them if the daughter already graduated and we're not going to use them again? The answer is no, we have no plans for them. Can we go ahead and get rid of them? The answer is yes, we can. 2 bins down. Now, the next bin. This is exciting and encouraging. When we open this up, it smells like mothballs in here. It reeks so bad. But what we found was a bunch of wiring that goes for reupholstering of chairs. So I said, wow, this looks pretty expensive, and is there a reason we're hanging on to this? And the answer was yes. In the event that we ever decide to reupholster more chairs, we will use this. Okay, so how long has it been since you've reupholstered chairs? The answer came back 25 years ago. Have we used it since? The answer is no. Are you going to be reupholstering chairs in the next 25 years? Again, the answer came back probably no. So I don't want to be mean or ugly or anything, but why are we hanging on to all this stuff if we're not going to use it? So there's a bunch of fabric in here, and there's no plans for the fabric. It's just a big old bundle of fabric. And as we go down closer, there's some rain gear. Mom made a tent for one of the kids for like a scout project. But are we going to make any more tents again? The answer is no, so we can get rid of that. There's some white fabric here that was used for reupholstering some chairs. Are we going to be reupholstering those chairs anytime soon? Again, the answer is no. And there's just some odds and ends in here, but it's mostly fabrics that when you go through it with Mom, she says, I'm never going to use the fabric again. So can we get rid of this whole great big bundle of fabric that, while it was good at one point, and it's good for somebody, I mean, it's still good fabric, and so there's no reason to keep big boxes of stuff in the storage unit if we're not going to be using it ever again. So the question is, honestly, is there something that you have that's kicking around and you know for a fact you're never going to use it again? Is there a possibility that this is the year, as you put all your Christmas decorations back away, that you say, hey, you know what, I could use that space for something else, and you pull out a couple of bins. It doesn't have to be everything, just a couple of bins that you look at and you go, I think I'm done with it. And I think that I'm never going to use it again, and I'm okay to get rid of it. This is the year to pull out a couple of extra bins and just say, you know what, boom, they're out of here, and then get rid of them. And I'm giving you permission. So my question to you is, are you going to get rid of a couple of extra bins? If yes, What was inside? I'm super curious to hear. Leave your comments in the notes below. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.